Hey there and happy Wednesday. I've been like missing in action for a little bit, but really not missing in action. So I went to Stampin' Up's leadership conference like a week ago and had a terrific time there reconnecting with other leaders in the company and Stampin' Up's staff and that they put on a terrific event for the upper leaders in the company. And I was so grateful that it was. Hi there, Lois. So now that I'm back, there was a little bit of catch up and just things that I had on my calendar. And today I feel ready to go and I'm doing something different. Hey there, Lisa. I'm glad to see two people on because I didn't even let you guys know that I was going to be going live, which is a first. I have always said like when my live's going to be for the day, even if it's 20 minutes or a half hour heads up. But I didn't think I could get my act together before the grand go. So let's see. I don't know if this is going to catch up with me here or not. On my iPad, I like to see your comments, so that's kind of the nice thing. There it is. There I am. Okay, so I am doing this fun card today. So Stampin' Up! In the month of September has the Perfect Partners promotion going on. Perfect Partners promotion. Say that fast 3 times. And what it is they've taken 6 stamp sets that are in the annual catalog and the mini catalog, and they've now come out with dies. And so this birthday Piggy stamp set was always on my radar because my husband grows about 6,000 hogs a year, and so we just need to have some stamps with pigs too. And with that and oh good, Pam can watch till somebody comes in. That's great. Pam, you're gonna love this card because there's lots of dies. So when the stamp set came out, I didn't get it right away because I'm like, oh, that'd be so much more fun to use if there was dies. And so I'm glad I waited because I got the stamp set and the dies, 10% savings. So some of you might go, yeah, I couldn't wait to get the stamp set, so I went ahead and got it. Well, at least there's dies now. Like I wouldn't be too disappointed in not getting the 10% savings because these dies are so cute. So let me put down my iPad and get my camera turned around for you guys because I'm really excited about this card. It just turns out so cute with these dies. Here we go. Oh, I don't have a host code posted. It's always when I turn my camera around that I go, this area looks so blank. I will post that with my still shot of my card when I get going. So yeah, I feel like it wasn't like getting on a bike today to come back and do a live video. So I hope everything else turns out smooth. So here's today's cute card with the little wagon. I had to incorporate that and just the cute little pig there too. So where the stamp set this birthday Piggy comes from is from the annual catalog. You can see like 3 main images, but I love that there's tons of sentiments in here to choose from too. So it's always nice when you have choices and some that just make you go, really? And so, whoops, hold on. My volume was on my iPad. That's not good. Hi, Kay. Thank you, Pam. So from the annual catalog on page 55, and that thing is still on my wish list. Do we ever have wish lists and you go, I really don't need that, and cross something off? I rarely cross something off, but this one stayed on for sure because I still think it's so cute. So you'll have the main dies that cut out those 3 things. And then you can see here, there's a whole truckload of coordinating dies. So this I posted last week, the Perfect Partners. And like I said, 6 new dies, they're there. But here they are. Thanks for sharing. Here they are like front and center. So we've got the wagon that I'm going to use. And then extra little pieces for the wagon for the handle and the wheels. And then we've got some cute grass there. And then the one main image that cuts out the piggy. And then the other dies, I always like to tell you the exact name, Playful Piggy's dies. And then the other set of dies that I'm using is the layering circles, and I'm using the largest. So you can see there's a whole massive heap, but I'm using the largest circle and then the largest scallop circle out of that too. So I'm going to put that aside. But if you need more information about these coordinating products, because none of these are found in any of the catalogs, and it's this month only while supplies last. So we all know when it says the 1st through the 30th while supplies last, ordering sooner is always the best deal, because sometimes things can sell out really fast. And I never have that crystal ball to know when that is going to happen. So order soon is my only advice. All right, so I've got lots of colors going. I've got some crumb cake, a basic white, granny apple green, balmy blue, real red, and then this fun checked paper from the Gingham Cottage. It's a thicker 12 by 12. When I say thicker, it's not the density of the paper, it's how thick that 12 by 12 package is. So here is Gingham Cottage, and lots of different colors that are listed on the back, but there are 48 sheets in here, so you can tell by this that it's super thick, and I've went through it before, so I'm really not going to go through it all with you, but great for all sorts of seasons and things. So that is where this comes from. So to get started, I think what I'm going to do is take this little bit of basic white and then just stamp out the cute little pig. So I'm going to flip over this guy, and it's the Piggy with the birthday cake and the balloon. And I'm just going to ink this up like so. And you can just put that right over here off to the side. And then that's going to go on my piece of basic white cardstock here, like so. So we have that. Hey there, Amy. Good to have you on here. And then next, what I'm going to do is get some things ready to cut out. And so with that, I'm going to kind of show you what I do to make this fun kind of background circle here. So what I'm going to do is take this little, almost looks like a jagged saw blade here. And what I'm going to do is run that through first in my cut and emboss machine. So I just have like a piece of, let me cut this down, 4-inch, I just want to make sure it was 4-inch, piece of granny apple green. And I'm just going to place this towards the top here and cut that across, like so. And then we have this. So this looks fantastic, and that's the piece or part of it that I'm going to use for this. Oh, yay, Amy, I'm glad that you're watching me on your afternoon break. But we all know that we're not going to throw away this piece of grass, because that's going to make for a fun little added benefit to another card another day. Do I know what yet? I don't, but we all know that I save things by now, right? You've watched enough videos to know. So this piece of balmy blue, I've cut 4 inches by 4 inches, and what I'm going to do is just, whoops, get my tape going. First of all, there we go. Get my seal adhesive, and I'm just going to layer this on top of my piece here, so we have this cute thing. And like that could make for just the fun backdrop to put the cute little piggy too, but I wanted it to pop a little bit, so I'm putting now this circle right here in the middle kind of this scenery that we've created, and I'm going to cut that through my embossing machine like so. So now we have a fun little circle that's cut exactly like that. So whenever you see that and go, how did they do that? That's one way that you can do that. And then keeping with the saving tradition, I'm going to keep this, because I think what I could do for some of my cards is take and just reverse and have like the piggy popped up in here somehow too. So either I'm going to make a second card or a different card, either very similar or different using this. But I think that makes just a fun little peekaboo for a card front too. So that's how that's going to work together. And then next, let me grab, so I can set aside those dies. Let me grab the piggy here. And that, like I said, the only reason I didn't jump on getting these stamps right away when they came out in the annual catalog is I'm like, you know what, I'm going to want to fussy cut those out. And I just didn't know if I wanted to at the time. So patience paid off, because how fun is that, and how quick was that to get that to cut out like so. And then next I'm going to whip this back, and with this big piece of real red, I'm going to lay down that largest scallop from the layering circles, and then I'm just going to put this wagon on here as well. So I don't know if any of you guys grew up with a red wagon. My boys did, and boy did that thing get used and used and used and used, and then it got used some more. So here we have a fun little wagon. I think this is probably what sold me on the dies more than anything, was the red wagon, besides being able to cut out those pigs just really nice and easy, those main pig images. And then we just have that circle there. So I'm going to set those things aside. And then I think the last thing that I have, I'm going to clear off my cutting surface with this. So I have, just like I said, that little handle, oops, sticking to my fingers here, little handle piece, and then these are the wheels, so I'm going to attach those so they will be separate, but I love that they're together on the die so that you can just cut them out easily together, but then they're separate after they're ran through. Hey there, Linda, good to see you on here. So it's so fun to see so many people. I feel like I missed you all when I was gone for my little Stampin' Up! Vacation, I guess you could call it, conference / vacation. Half fun, half work, put it that way. So then we have these three, little pieces there, tiny little pieces. Hopefully that shows up there. Hi, Fran, thanks for popping in. All right, so I'm gonna set that aside now too, and I think all of our die cutting is done here. So got all these little pieces. I just kind of want to make sure I don't lose any of them, because losing them just wastes your time, which I don't want to do, to have to recut pieces. All right, so also what I'm going to do too, yes, Kate, isn't that wagon the best? I love that. It's your favorite thing too. So I'm just going to get this a little bit closer for my coloring lesson and pull up my chair. So look at all these fun Stampin' Blends that I have laid out for today's coloring lesson. And what I'm going to start with is the light pumpkin pie. I don't know if you realize how close in color the pumpkin pie is with the pale papaya, and especially when using the lighter of the two. So I'm just going to take the light pumpkin pie and just kind of go over his ear a little bit up here, and then over the little pig hooves. And with this, it's like you don't even have to really stay in the lines too much, because I'm going to come back with other colors and kind of just blend that in. So I'm going to go around the base here of the pig and maybe just a little bit up here, and that's about it with this one color. So I'll set that aside. And then next I'm going to come with the dark pale papaya and just kind of fill in his ears a little bit here and up and around here too. And then I just kind of scribble. Usually I kind of trace the edge, but here I'm going to scribble and just kind of pile up more color, blending with that base color of the light pumpkin pie. Come in here and fill in these arms, and then just kind of keep going up here, circle the eye, and then that little bit of the snout. Actually, I'm going to kind of come in a little bit with that too. And then the rest now can get filled in with the light pale papaya. So this will be the last color for the pig. But I just love how taking this, and I'm kind of scribbling as I go and pulling the colors from the side. And that just kind of makes this whole pig just look so 3D by having kind of a third color added in there. Love it. All right. And then next I'm going to take my red, real red combo, and I'm going to start with the dark real red. And I'm just going to kind of trace around the little light, I always call it the light bubble, whenever an artist just kind of leaves that bubble that's supposed to be left white, so that it gives it kind of a nice little pop of brightness on there, not colored in. And I'm just going to go around there. And then since I have the dark out, then I'm also going to just go down the candle on the cake and then the base of the cake plate, like so, with the dark real red. And then I'm going to follow through with the light real red and just kind of color that in, pulling the dark into the light like so. And then that part's already done. So a little bit more coloring than usual, but I think it's so worth it. Hi there, Deletha or Deletha. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but you're new to my page as far as I know, so it's good to see a new face on there. All right, so then I'm using the darkest of the Daffodil Delight for the candle. And for my cake, I'm just going to do kind of like a quick color swirl of the light balmy blue, like so. Didn't even try to get it to the edges. And then with the dark, I'm just going to kind of trace across the top of the cake and then the sides, bottom side, and just kind of follow those swirls on the cake. So that makes a really quick cake come to action. And then my last color here is the dark Granny Apple Green. So with that, I'm just going to color in wherever the artist here has those little bumps underneath the pig. And then I'm just going to kind of follow and stay under that for the rest of this part of it, like so. So we've got the grass there, like so. There we go. And then I'm going to quick pop back up my camera since I'm not so focused on the coloring part. Hi there, Lorna. Thanks for joining in. Oh, Pam, you are here. So my second Pam to be on here. I always get closer because I know Pam loves to see my coloring lessons. And because of her, it's the reason I always zoom in every time. And I didn't see her name pop up till right now. So I'm glad that she's on there. So now it's assembly time. So I'm going to take this 4 by 5 1/4 piece of the gingham cottage. If you like a bigger gingham look, that's on that side, but I've got the smaller checked pattern here that I prefer for this card. And then my base is opening this way, the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Hi, Diane. Thank you. Yeah, I never know if you guys are like, oh, you tell us the details all the time, but I feel like to me, that's the important part of doing the whole video for you guys. So you don't have to think of those little details or why I did something all by yourself. So that usually helps. If it helps me to do that for you guys, that's what I want to do. So then I'm just going to attach this circle now and kind of offset it on my little scallop circle. So you can see half of it's hiding, but I just want half of it to show there. And then I'm going to pop this up with just a few dimensionals. So I'm just going to kind of rotate those out and put 4 dimensionals on here like so. And then that's ready to go kind of up in the corner off to the side a little bit. Oops, looks a little bit crooked. And it's one of those things that it'll bother me because the grass line up, I'll know if it's crooked or not because of the lines from the gingham pattern. So here, there we go. Now I feel like it's right. I was kind of tip it towards the camera for you, but then it's like it's at an angle for me. There, I think I've got it. Yes, Pam, I think all of our coloring is a work in progress. And like even just today, adding a 3rd color to the pig was pretty fun. And so being able to share that with you, sometimes I look at other people's little projects and I'm like, how do they get theirs to look like this or like that? And I had a gal on my team one time just really go into detail on how she does hers, and she like ends up with like 9 layers of different colors when she uses her blends. And I'm like, boy, that is what made the difference. And now I know. All right. So not only did I pop up this layer here, now I've popped up the pig on top. How cute is that to have just like this little oasis of a green patch with that pig inside that circle now? And then to assemble my wagon here, I'm going to get out my glue dots, and this is going to be really quick and easy. So I'm just going to take one wheel, press it into a glue dot, peel that off and line it up like so, and do that a second time and do that. And then for this, there's a tiny little circle too for the handle that is pretty similar to the same shape as the the glue dots. So that's good if I can get it to stop sticking on my finger. So that just is how easy it is to assemble this. Now I want to pop up this too. So now I have to go into my stash of the mini dimensionals, almost down to my last few on this sheet, but man, do these sheets last a long time because they're mini. And so it doesn't take much to put on your project. So it's one of those things that seems to last forever. And I love it when our products last forever. At least I do. Okay, so now this is assembled, ready to be popped up. I'm just going to kind of stick that down towards the corner here, and then have that kind of overlapping the circle up there. And then we just need to add sentiments on here. And with that, I have It's Your Birthday and Enjoy the Ride. So I'm going to get out my Real Red ink pad like so, and just with a 1/2 inch strip of paper here. I think we all have those little 1/2 inch strips from cutting like the insides for our card. That's what is always left for the scrap. That actually looks a little crooked. I'm gonna start over here. It's Your Birthday. That looks much nicer. And then Enjoy the Ride fits so wonderful with that little wagon there. So I'm just going to take out my scissor, nothing special here, and just cut that down. Sometimes when I went into a lot of detail with like so many die cuts and things like that, sometimes I get to the sentiment and go, you know what, this is really nice and easy. And it's nice to have something nice and easy when you get to that point. So I'm just going to take my dimensionals to pop that up. And because these are skinny little strips, these little pieces along the edge are perfect for that too. So I'm going to put one on here, and then the other little strip here will go on this one too. All right, so this is going to go It's Your Birthday and kind of at an angle. I like it when it kind of sits over top that bubble there, so it looks like it's interacting with the whole picture. And then Enjoy the Ride. I'm going to have a little bit like more over my my little wagon here, like so. And I really didn't want to put any more embellishments. I could have, but because there's so much going on with the wagon and the grass and the 2 circles and the piggy die cut and these little sentiments, I felt like there's a lot going on. This is a card, and you know me, and I love embellishing my cards. I just felt like this was one card that could get away without anything extra, but I do want to also now complete the inside, and that'll be quick and easy too. So I'm getting out my 4x5 1/4 piece of basic white, and I'm going to pull back out the little piggy stamp set here, and I'm just going to grab a piece of scratch paper. And what I'm going to do is just kind of ink up that balloon here in my basic black, or excuse me, Memento black ink pad, and just kind of have that hang out here at the bottom like so. So that makes that for a quick easy. And then the rest of the pig just stamps out there because I had black ink from the basic part of the card there. So that's why that gets put on there, and then we don't have that on our work surface. And then that, if you wanted to color that in, you could. I'm going to leave that blank. And then I chose 2 more sentiments from this piggy, or this birthday piggy stamp set, and I'm going to ink those up in the Real Red. And that's going to say, thinking of you, hope it's the best. And like I said, I love tying in something from the front to the inside, and that's going to be the balloon there. And just putting a little bit of adhesive on and putting this on the inside like so. There we go. So kind of a putsy little card to start off September demos, but I'm just thrilled. And I think tomorrow my husband has a doctor appointment just to check up. He's doing so great. You guys have been so faithful in asking how he's been doing. And that was another thing that was really impressive to me when I was out in New Orleans with the Stampin' Up! Conference, how many people had checked on him and checked in with me. So I won't be here tomorrow, but that's why I wanted to get this. I want to show you the inside here too. There we go. So card number 1 for September. But so I Probably won't be back in tomorrow unless there's some surprise like that I have energy after a long day. But Friday I should be back then with another card, and I would like to kind of still focus on these cute perfect partners dies, and thanks Fran, and not these piggies again, but I would like to do something with the Yeti to party. I loved that Yeti right away. It was just kind of fun. It kind of reminds me, that Yeti, of growing up and watching the Abominable Snowman on Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And there again, once they came out with the dies, I couldn't wait to get the stamp set and the dies. So that'll probably be my next project for you on Friday. And then I'll have a host code hopefully on my work table by then too. But next I'm going to post the still shot of today's card with a recipe of everything you need to use for making today's card, so you can get all, I used lots of different cardstock colors. That way you can get that all down and not have to guess, which is always my goal. And even using all those blends colors to not have to guess at which ones I use. That'll be helpful too if you want to repeat this with this exact same card or something similar. And what I'm doing the month of September. So for those of you that do order using my special host code, then I will be sending you an 8-pack of cards. So today is only card number 1 for the month of September. I will have at least another 7, if not 9 more cards. So my goal is to make a total of 8 to 10 card demos this month for you. And then you'll get 8 of those as a thank you from ordering using my host code. So then if you liked these and want to replicate the cards, you'll have them right there in front of you to copy those ideas. So that's always my goal, is to have you guys stamping and making it easy as possible for your crafting experience. So have a great rest of your night. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.